so. We're good.
Perfect.
What's going on, man?
What's going on? How we doing?
I'm good. How are you?
It's good. It feels like a long time since I've seen you. It's only been a week.
I see you every day on TikTok, blowing things up.
Oh, is it booming?
Pounding the camera.
I'm not going to do it for everybody right now. They love it, dude. Listen. I will be in lives and they're like, hit the camera, do a tongue pop, hit the camera. I'm like, I'm literally going to go through phones like crazy. What everybody doesn't get is I'm not really, I'm slapping my phone, but it's the top of my phone case.
So you're not actually hitting the camera itself. You're just hitting the top of the phone. That's the secret.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's the small things, Justin.
You give. That's what my wife tells me every night.
I was hoping for that.
But so real question for you.
Yeah.
Biden, wire or no wire?
I have it up on my computer screen right now.
Wire or no wire?
Wire. Here's why I say wire. I literally was live streaming and I'm sitting there watching it and he kept going like this. I saw it live. Like there was no backtracking it because I actually saw it live. And I yelled it out. I'm like, he's wearing a wire. I don't know.
So you were watching the debate and all of a sudden you're just like, hey, he's wearing a wire.
Yeah, and look. Nobody. I was the first one in the entire world. Nobody believed me, and now look.
You're like tapping the TV.
Yeah, right. But listen, I posted a video, and now I've actually moved over to Clapper. So if nobody's on Clapper, check it out. It's pretty much just like TikTok, but it's more free speech, so they're not, shadow banning everybody. Anyways, I posted a video there. So there's a diagram of what these wires actually look like. It's on the market. You can get it. Anybody can get it, but they'd have even more access to it. And it does wrap around the neck, and then it even goes through the sleeve. And there was a couple of pictures I had seen where he kind of had like a... Saw that?
I did.
No. I don't know. I mean, what could they have been telling him?
So doesn't that make you ticked off?
Oh, so ticked off. Oh,
so
if that were Trump.
Oh, I know.
Can you imagine? Oh,
they'd lose their minds even more than they already have. So welcome to TikToff Conservatives. I am at BoomerJustin. With me is at ConservativeAnt. You can find us on the old TikTok. Make sure that if you're not on TikTok, that one, you get TikTok, and two, that you follow both of us. Okay, because you're missing out. Listen, one of my buddies was like, hey, man, you should really check this TikTok thing out. And I had noticed how so back in the day, which feels like Wednesday, but
it wasn't
with YouTube, right? I specifically remember going on my computer for something. And I was looking up how to do something. I was like, oh, there's a video here on this thing called YouTube. And this was back in probably 2003-ish or something like that. Because YouTube's only been around since 2001, 2002, something. It was.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not, people think it's been around forever, but it really hasn't. So
right.
When I went on the website and I'm like, oh, this YouTube's pretty cool. And then you notice you started seeing more videos from YouTube, and then every time you went on the internet. So the same thing was happening with TikTok. People kept sending me videos and things to watch, and it was always through TikTok. And
well, that was the thing, is I had to download this thing to see the videos that people were sending.
Right. So
and that's how I got caught.
Yeah. And then you saw, I was like, okay, so you can make videos, right? So I'm like, well, what am I going to make?
Right.
It's still there now. You can go see it if you want.
Oh, is it cringeworthy?
It's so bad. It's just, it's a cat. It's my sister-in-law's,
cat.
It's my sister-in-law's cat. And
I got to tell everybody. I went back and I really encourage you to go to Boomer Justin's TikTok and just take a stroll down memory lane with them. And I want you to comment on the videos, even share them. Mine are just listen. I encourage you to go to Conservative Ant and take a look at mine too, because I was doing like all kinds of skits. It was quarantine stuff. I mean, I had the Halloween bins open. I had wigs on. You know what I mean? I'm doing characters. I don't know.
But oh my, how have I grown, huh? Like,
oh yeah,
the losing of the weight, the getting in shape, but then
so
just like the videos from like. It's like
now
I can't even. Some of them were just so stupid. And the reason why I just started making videos and showing them to like my coworkers just to make my coworkers laugh, like and they were dying, and I thought they were the funniest things in the world, but like going back now and looking at them, I'm just like, oh my God.
Yeah, you like cringe watching them. I'm going to admit something right now. That I went back down my memory lane. Oh God, it's bad. And I started I know you told me not to, but I did delete a couple.
You gotta wear them. Like,
I have them.
You have to wear them as like a badge of honor.
Bad. So my question to you is, what was your turning point in TikTok? Like, what was the video that got us here, you think?
So the video that got us here was I reposted a tweet from Cloyd Rivers, right? Cloyd Rivers is on Twitter.
Yeah.
And it was talking about cancel culture. And it was talking about all the things that the liberals had canceled out. And it was, like they got rid of the dog from the kids show and Elmer Fudd. Paw Patrol and all these different things and it's like, hey man, you guys are really doing the heavy lifting. Good job. That type of thing. And I used one of the popular laughing sounds that was kind of like a wheeze that kind of sounded like me, because I wasn't doing that.
Sure.
I wasn't doing that on here yet. So like, so I picked it, and all of a sudden, it was like my phone started ding 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 ding, and people were like sharing it, and people were like, and it's got over 2 million views. Like, and it
isn't that crazy?
It hit so hard. So like, that's when I knew that like I needed to stay, because I started to notice like my political things were hitting a little bit more. And when I was making fun of Joe Biden, or when I was making fun of, and then I posted that one, I was like, okay, I'm still going to do some of the trendy, funny stuff, but I got to hit like political TikTok is where I belong,
Well, and that's just it, is like, I remember stumbling upon because your For You page kind of starts to, gear towards what you like. So I remember when I started seeing the conservative TikToks, I'm like, oh my God, like, share, like. And then so it started coming more. I'll tell you, mine was, I got really ticked off one day about the whole coronavirus thing. I mean, we had been locked down for months. 1 week they were saying we're going on an extended lockdown, then it was a mandatory lockdown, then it was not, then we're going back. And I was at the kitchen table, and I just started recording a video, and I slammed my hands on the table, and I'm like, I can't take it anymore. We're locked in our house. We're not locked in our house. And I went off. So I posted it on TikTok. So I go to bed, I wake up, and I'm like, what is going on here? 750,000 views overnight. Duets, shares. Jimmy's my husband, if nobody knows. Jimmy's like, that's where it's at. You need to do rants. And then I dabbled again in like the trendy stuff, and I did dan, and I was doing all that stupid
Did
stuff.
You really do that dance? Is it still on there?
I did. Maybe.
I'm going to go look.
It totally is.
Don't worry.
I won't take that.
Because I got a couple dances on there too.
I'm telling you, it's bad. It's cringeworthy. But so that's where I was like, I'm sticking to the political thing, and then I just got so fired up. And now here we are.
The first video that I saw of you on my FYP was you were at the table, and it wasn't that first video. It was another one. But you slammed one of your hands on the table, and you were eating like so angrily, you were like viciously, like aggressively eating and smacking your mouth, and like you were just so upset, and you were like, and you just kept on like the fork to the mouth. You were eating and you were talking, and like it was that video that I saw, and I was like, this dude's funny, like, but like angry funny, like good funny. And the first time I watched it, I was like, okay. I was like, man, I got. So I liked the video, and I started watching some of the other ones. I was like, this dude's super gay.
Yeah.
But the first video, it didn't cross my mind. Like, it didn't cross my mind. And I started watching some of the other ones, and I was like, this dude though.
Oh yeah.
But it doesn't matter, because this dude is like amazingly funny and awesome, and a conservative, and actually someone who like walked away from the Democratic Party of slavery.
Yeah. So seriously, they have us in shackles. I went on a rant yesterday. I'll get there, but I kind of break the mold, I think, because you know what, the dinner with Anthony, which you came up with a long time ago in the beginning, which I thought was great. It came from a place of when I was a kid. You know, I grew up with an Italian father, an immigrant, and he was always so passionate. And the dinner table was where things got solved. You know, family discussions, politics, or any type of bills or anything like that. So I kind of I have that in me already. And the slamming of the table is when Dad gets mad. You do not want to see that situation. But
so you've carried on that tradition.
Of course, you have to. It makes for good TikTok.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, you'll send me some funny memes like on Facebook Messenger, and I don't know how to react sometimes to them, because like because I'm straight. Well, how do they say it on the left? I'm a straight cis. What am I?
Oh,
cis male, straight cisgender male.
Wouldn't that mean you're a sissy?
Well, no, isn't cisgender it's like cis, like straight?
I don't understand that. I am not the gay thing that I'm looking up, like I'm in Urban Dictionary every day.
Anthony, you're supposed to know.
No. This is why I walked away. I cannot keep up, so I just keep walking.
So, so you'll send me this one where it's like, what was the last one you sent me? It was something about.
Oh God, was it the hot dog?
It was the hot dog one. The hot dog one was like.
Is there a way that like we can put that up? You know, like you can just put that up so people know what we're talking about. It's pretty funny.
For the.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Where was that, the oven?
This is how Biden supporters look.
And it was a picture. It was a picture of a dude, and he was at the oven, and he was doing this like amazing split all the way down to the ground to like check on the cookies or something. Like
he looked like a crab. I mean, he was like, and that was like a split skull. Listen, we got to put that up. If you can put it up, we got to.
I should be able to. We'll try.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Which is great, because like when we're watching this back, boom, they're going to be like right up there.
Yeah. You're a good sport.
I am.
You cis straight.
Dude, I am like.
What does it mean? I don't know what it means.
I am like I'm like in the worst. Like, at least you got the gay thing going for you. Like, I don't even have that. Right now, me being a straight white guy, just another white guy that's straight, dude. I'm gonna
even be here with you.
I'm in a bad spot. I don't.
And you're all American. You're so racist.
I don't even have like the Italian or anything like that. I'm like some French. I'm like some French Canadian dude. Like, a, like you hose teaser.
Right. And here I am. I'm like, hey, bada bing, bada boom. What are you going to do? You're going to tell me I'm racist? I came here with nothing. I traveled 7,000 miles with nothing, with just clothes on my back. Listen, I actually use the gay card more now. And I'll tell you for why. Is because you can't come at me. Like the only thing I get is Trump doesn't even like you, bruh.
which is
that's
so,
like the comment.
Which is so like far off.
And I'm like, who told you that? Did Trump call you and tell you that?
Wasn't he like the first president to like openly support LGBTQ, API, ABCD, EFG, like
yes,
all the everything?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we don't know what all the other letters are. I don't either. I'm gonna go straight old school and call it LGBT.
Right. Oh
period.
Boy. Comment section.
No, all of my LGBT conservatives, they agree with me. So he's not only the only president who supported it, he openly said that he supports gay marriage. He was also on an interview with Oprah Winfrey in the 90s. She openly asked him what he thought about homosexuality. And he's like, it's fine. I have nothing wrong with it. Good for them. It's not my thing, but hey, they can have fun. Enjoy it.
It's like not my thing, but hey, if they like it, then it's fine with me. If it's their cup of tea, then let them drink it, I guess.
Right. And you know what? And it was great. And then Oprah was like, oh my God, have you ever thought about being pregnant? Right. And now, where did we go now?
I know, man. I know. So let me ask you this. What's your take on President Trump and the nixing of transgenders in the military? I have my reason why I support his decision. What's your thoughts on it? Because I'm sure you get a lot of flack for it.
Well, that's the next thing I get. Yeah, of course. I support the decision, and here's why. A lot of transgender will go into the military just to get the reassignment surgery. Okay. So they use the benefits of the military to get that done. It's a very expensive situation. The problem is the outcome after it. Okay. There's a lot of mental health issues that go along with that specific subject that they will need far after the transition. They cannot get that in the military. So in order for them to get the full reconstruction surgery, which is fine, to each his own, and the mental health that goes along with it, it should not be up to the taxpayers to pay for that reassignment surgery. If you want to do that, that's great. Go do it on your own, babe. But you can't go and use the taxpayers' money. You can't go in the military and do it. Furthermore, all he did in that situation was gave an opportunity for them to get the proper care for the reassignment surgery and mental health that follows after. That's
Dude,
all.
You nailed it. I don't have anything to add to it. You nailed it.
That's all. I mean, and so that makes him completely homophobic. I don't understand that. I don't understand. And that's the thing.
So he didn't ban people who are gay from fighting for our country, did he? No, he didn't repeal any of that. And what's any different than, taking someone who wants to join the military and saying, well, I'm glad that you want to serve your country, but because you have diabetes or because you can't do the duck walk, which is a funny thing, but there's lots of all these other entries. Like, they're not just going to let you. I mean, there is a cost to the taxpayer. No, and what you said was absolutely true about the reassignment surgery and the mental health that goes along with that, because I mean, the statistics show that whether or not the surgery is performed, whether the person actually transitions all the way over, there's the same rates for suicide apply and exist. And that's a dangerous thing, because the left makes you want to think, okay, listen, once they get the surgery, they're going to be happy. Everything is good. And they're going to be fine. But those numbers don't change, because it's almost like it's an enabling behavior, right? It's like, let's let them do whatever. Let's let those people. I'm not getting any better with this, but let's.
No, I get what you're. Well, yeah, but, right. There's cancel culture again.
Yeah, I can't even say that. So let's let them do whatever it is that they want, but then not support them any further. You know what I'm saying? Just let them have free reign on what they want to do to themselves, but then it to each his own. Just let them fend for themselves, basically.
Here's the thing, too, and it's like what people don't understand is it's a waste of time for the military as well, right? Here's why it's a waste of time. They have a job to do. They're giving up their freedom so that everybody else can have freedom. Okay. So here's the thing that really bugs me is how dare you join the military for your own purpose? That's selfish. Okay. To get the surgery. And some of them might not have done that. Maybe it's a small percentage, maybe it's 10%. I don't know the exact number. We might not ever know. But then, you don't realize that you're using them to get this surgery, and then you have these mental health issues that you're going to have to be discharged for. And how is that?
No,
fair?
and
how is that
the military is not a social experiment. And the time that I was in, I served under President Obama, and it just seemed like one big social experiment. That's what it was, And so, I agree with President Trump's decision to nix that. It was a good decision. He didn't ban gays from joining the military or fighting for the country. That's not what he did,
No.
So
no. I would like to hear, definitely comment, everyone in the comment section. Let us know how you feel about that. I'm interested to know everyone's take on it, for sure.
So, the debate.
Are we there? I'll let you go first on this one.
So, don't ever use that word smart with me, Anthony. Don't use that word smart. You're not smart. You're not smart. You don't even know the name.
No,
you don't even know.
Smart.
You don't even
you're
know the name of the college that you graduated from. You finished in the bottom of your class, so don't you ever use that word smart with me. Just totally But here's the thing. All right, so you have, and everybody talked about the bullying of President Trump and all these things. And listen, maybe President Trump came off brash, but I'm telling you what, he didn't get to where he is right now for being soft-spoken and following the rules. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get what he wants to say out there, and he's going to try to correct the record on a lot of things. And if he thinks Biden was wearing a wire and he's listening to, and he's being fed his lines, then what better way to throw someone off their game than to continuously interrupt them? And notice how Biden never veered. He never veered off of what he was trying to say. It was like he had this streamlined thought and he was going to get it out no matter what Trump was saying to him. And the only response he really had was and he would laugh and stuff, and it was a very
with that. And it's that smirk. It's that snarky smirk that he has. And what's even creepier for me is when he looked into the camera and he's like, and he's telling America stuff. And I'm like,
get out of,
get out
of my eyeballs, man.
Yeah, I'm backing out. I'm like, ooh. So I
you could feel the breath. You could feel his breath on your face. But what about when he was listen, look at President Trump and then look at former Vice President Joe Biden.
Why are we?
They keep calling him Vice President.
Real quick, he's not the Vice President. I understand that he's the former Vice President. So former Vice President.
Yeah. I don't know.
I never understood that. But anyway,
no, it's good. He when he was responding, it was like he was looking out into the empty crowd. There was no one there, right? He wasn't looking at Chris Wallace. And generally when you debate somebody, you look at them, right? You look at them. And he wasn't really doing that. He kind of would look over when Trump was responding. But when he was giving his responses, it was always he was very focused as to what he might be hearing and what he should be saying, right?
So nobody has mentioned it yet. And I noticed when I was watching it live, I actually called it out. I said, whoa. Who's he looking at? There was a point where he went, when somebody tells you something, you're going, and then you're kind of listening. So he was kind of doing that. And then he went,
mm-hmm.
And he looked, looked off to, and I'm like, what are you looking at? And I called it out, and everyone in the house jumped. I think the dog left. And I like screamed really loud. Here's the thing about the wire situation, because the left is going to come up with this. Well, he didn't have a wire.
They said it with the crease in his shirt, the type of shirt he was wearing.
No, it wasn't a crease. I'm sorry, it was not a crease in his shirt. And those who are like, okay, well, if there was a wire, what's the big deal? Here's the big deal. The big deal is because if you need somebody, let's note that Trump was going completely off on his own. He had no help whatsoever. So the reason why he might have been interrupting, and I agree, he probably shouldn't have interrupted it, as much as he did, because it did seem like, everyone's doing that Step Brothers scene where they're like,
"Fuck you, Brennan,"
fighting each other. Yeah, fuck you, Brennan. Yeah, it was like that. But I know that Trump, I heard him on Hannity tonight, and he was like, listen, I had to defend myself because I wasn't fighting off just one person. And Fox News is really doing a horrible job of really stating what the situation was. Chris Wallace was also against Trump that night. And Trump was fighting off.
And he even said it. Okay? He even said it mid-debate. He said, "I didn't know I was debating you tonight, Chris." Like
he did. I'm like, thank you. I was pissed, and you know what? And I really do not think that. I think that if he let Biden talk, bottom line, he probably would have. Biden would have shot himself in the foot.
He did. He did. It's just that people are focused on the whole interrupting thing. But if you really look at the funny thing is, as much as Trump may have come off as a bully or this or that, dude, Biden missed on a lot of stuff, and it really took the attention away from that. Like, we're talking major things, like he couldn't name one police organization that supported him, and supposedly he's trying to assume the mantle of, I'm the law and order guy. You're not going to take that away from Trump. And he also set himself up as the shutdown nominee, whereas President Trump is the let's reopen and restart and rejuvenate the economy, right? So he's really putting himself in a really bad spot. And there were many other things too that like he just totally whiffed on, and we're just overlooking it.
Well, let's just go over it. Yeah, you named the shutdown, you named the police organizations that he had nothing. He also did not denounce Antifa. He didn't, just as much as everybody, which I don't know how many times people need to hear Trump denounce the KKK, white supremacy, and he just said that he didn't know what Proud Boy was. I happen to know what Proud Boys are because I have a good friend that is a Proud Boy. That's besides the point. He did not denounce Antifa either, and he reneged on the Green New Deal.
He called Antifa an idea and not an organization, right?
Right.
Just like you're supposed to reimagine the police, right? Let's reimagine that. He couldn't go into that. Because Chris Wallace asked that. What you're talking about reimagining the police? What does that mean? He couldn't really respond to it. And then of course, like you said, the Green New Deal. And you know what? I can see it in my head. I can see when Chris Wallace starts talking about the Green New Deal. And all the people, AOC and even Kamala and all of them, they're like, oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, here it comes. And then, do you support the? No, I don't support it. Like, can you imagine it?
I wonder what the vegan lady's doing when she saw that.
That vegan lady, dude, that vegan lady pops up on my FYP.
Why aren't you vegan? Yeah. I want to block her just so I don't see her stuff, but then I kind of want to see.
You want to see the train wreck? It's she pops up on my FYTP all the time.
There it is. You couldn't.
How could I not resist? How could I not resist?
Big thumb me, little thumb you.
they've kind of slowed down. They've put the
Well,
they put
get tired.
They put the arrows in the quiver, okay, and they stopped shooting them my way. There are more people that are going on there and saying, "Listen, it was just a joke." But anyway, so the Green New Deal.
Hey, how many views? Real quick before the Green New Deal, how many views
I don't know.
Does that video have now?
I can look.
Okay. And by the way, if anyone's watching, so my new thing is I like to hold a pen because it makes me feel really, really, really cool. And I like to point. So like maybe a Trump pen would be kind of cool. Just saying, wish list. Okay.
Well, here I got
Green New Deal.
So you hold a pen. I'll show you what I'm holding here in a second. No.
Let me turn off the lights. Oh my, I'm not even ready for this. I'm not ready for it.
That's
Justin!
Anthony, that is so gay.
Okay. There was actually fire started underneath me after.
Dude, look at what's so funny is I didn't even realize the last time I was on TikTok, it was literally that video that I had pulled up from.
Oh my God! So how many views?
So it is we're at 53,000 likes, almost 54,000 likes, almost 3,000 comments. I mean, that's a lot of comments. But the views I'll have to back out to go all the way to the video. I'll have to scroll down and find it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't like the Land O'Lakes. Well, I wouldn't say they. A small percentage of Native Americans. I'll say Native Americans. I won't say Indian. I said Indian, but
you said Indian,
but the first Justin.
How many? Can we please get the directors out here?
The First Nations people. So 100. So it's exactly at 199,000 views. So I mean, that's pretty. That's respectable. And you know what's funny? No, they're not looking at the soy sauce one that I made about the ramen noodles, about how they.
Oh my God! You'll have
how they relegated the whole Orient to like one flavor of soy sauce. Like they changed it from Oriental ramen to just soy sauce. Like in the video, I'm like, I can see it now. Like the people on the board, they're like sitting there, and one guy's like, "Oh, I got it. Let's change it to soy sauce." You know, like because that's not offensive. Because
that guy sounded like he was like 4'6" and glasses.
I got it. Change it to soy sauce. Because Asians like soy sauce.
Right. Now we don't want that group of people. Those people.
Well, they're not as offended, I guess, right?
Well, you can't be because in their country they can't say anything,
right?
So this is a lot for them right now. I digress.
So the Green New Deal. So he bombed on that one. So and then President Trump was like, "Well, you don't support it. You just lost the entire left. You just lost the left."
He did say that. He had some good one-liners. Hunter Biden was a big one for me.
And did you see how they tried? Did you see how they tried to twist that whole thing? So Biden was talking about his son Beau, and then Trump was like, "Well, what about Hunter?" You know what I mean? So the media was trying to make it seem like Trump was talking down about Beau, but really he pivoted to Hunter Biden because anytime anybody talks about Hunter Biden, all of a sudden Joe gets super upset and super defensive and super,
right.
And Joe had one of these moments where he felt like there was a crowd of people, and he started pointing across the stage, and he was like, "My son is a this and that and this and that."
And I'm like, and then Trump is like, "Well, I don't." He's like, "I never knew Beau. I'm not talking about Beau. I'm
the
talking
crackhead."
About Hunter. Yeah, and he's like, "Hunter, your son that was discharged from the military for doing cocaine." I was like, "Ah!"
And I'm all for recovery. I'm all for. I knew that he had a drug problem, but I didn't I didn't
I'm
know.
all for.
I
I'm
didn't
all
know
for
that he was
recovery as well.
discharged from the military. Whether it was a dishonorable, if it was because of drugs, I would assume it was probably dishonorable. But I don't know that. But if he was discharged from the military because of drugs, there's only a couple ways that can go. You know, there's bad conduct discharges, which is what they call the big chicken dinner, which you do not want. But there's a couple other things. So I'll have to look into, what his actual status was. But, it's just, and then he hit on the mayor's wife of Moscow, right? Sending what $3.5
Right.
million to Hunter. Come on now. Like, all right. If for 1 second Ivanka or Eric or Don Jr. took if they took
Don Jr.
$2 from the mayor's wife of Moscow,
They'd be
the
putting him in
media
jail.
would
He'd been in jail.
just annihilate them for this and say, see, Russia, and it's like all of the fingers are pointing back at them.
So, I really do feel like that
Right?
I'm in an alternate universe. I really do, because Don Jr. was with Kimberly Guilfoyle, his beautiful, beautiful girl. She used to be a Fox News. She used to be on the 5.
Yep, go for it.
Anyway, it's his girlfriend now. So, yep. So they were doing a little. I saw it on TikTok a little bit, and he goes, "Can you imagine, Kimberly, if I would have taken $3.5 million?" And she's like, "No." He's like, "And engaged in child sex trafficking in another country?" She's like, "Yeah, well, you wouldn't be with me." You got to see that video. I got to send it to you. But they're forgetting all of these things. Like, why are you guys okay with that? Even $1, like you said. Why are you okay with it? Because it's Biden. What are we protecting
Dude,
here?
and then did Eric Trump come out as gay? Did you see that video?
No, did he?
There was a video where he's talking about look at the look on your face. I can't wait for you to see that. But so he said, you'll just have to listen to the audio because he's talking about the LGBT community, and he says, and I'm in that community. He says that
Oh, Eric Trump backtracks after saying he's part of the LGBT community.
He totally said it live, and everybody was like, "Wait a minute, did you just come out? Is that how you just did that?"
It literally says, Eric Trump, did he just come out as gay on Fox News?
So I thought that was great.
Good.
But so
yeah, I mean, those are just
and
all major things.
There was a clear double standard.
That.
So there's a double standard in a sense that Chris Wallace will look at Donald Trump and say, I need you to denounce white supremacy. And he already has, okay, numerous times. And when he was asked that question, he said, sure. They said, will you denounce it? He said, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. When you go to a restaurant and you're sitting down and the waitress comes up to you or waiter and says, would you like some more of your Pepsi or Coke or whatever? And you're like, sure. Does that mean I don't know if I want it, or does that mean yes, I want it, or I agree? Sure. Yes. Does that outfit look good? Does it look like it fits well? Sure. So you know what I mean? So it's like.
If it's like your other half, they'd be like, well, what do you mean, sure?
Wait, just sure? Not like, no, you look great. You look great, babe.
Amazing.
No, I don't.
Yeah. No, but
you're just saying that now. And then I'm like, sure.
You're like, what are we doing here? You want me to agree or not?
But yeah, it's like, hey, are you hungry? You want to go out to eat? Sure. So are you a white supremacist? Do you denounce, do you denounce fully white supremacy? Sure. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Well, nothing. And the reason why it came out also as sure is, can you imagine if somebody asked you constantly, if they were like, Justin, what's wrong? And you were like, nothing. Justin, what's wrong? Nothing. Next day you see them, the first thing they say to you, Justin, was nothing, right. Dude, I'm good. Like, we're good. Like, nothing's wrong. It's so patronizing to have somebody ask you the same question over and over again since 2015. Okay, Chris Wallace did it in the last time and he clearly said it. Well, tonight, it's pretty fresh. If anybody has watched Hannity, he was on Hannity on a phone call, and he says, Mr. Trump, can you say it here for us now? Do you denounce? Because he's like, I've heard you say it numerous amount of times. You know, Hannity's really cut and dry and like good friends with him. Do you denounce it? Trump, from his own mouth, said, I denounce the KKK. He didn't say sure. He said, I denounce white supremacy and I denounce Proud Boys, which I just found out about this organization recently. I denounce all of them, of course. He said it. Look it up. It's fact. I heard it live tonight.
You know?
There you go. And I don't want to hear nothing else about it. I don't want anybody to bring it up again because it's done. Moving
forward. But the double standard was they're going to ask him to denounce, but then Chris doesn't ask him to denounce Antifa, right? So where's the question there? And why?
Well, that's the thing.
Why are we even talking about climate change in a debate? Why is that's such a catered thing to the progressive left? Like, I understand. Listen.
It's always been a conversation. It's because he backed out. It's because he got out of the Paris Accord. I mean,
well, why do you think the Paris Accord is crumbling? Why do you think it's crumbling? Yes,
because we were getting most of the money.
Bill.
We were paying for most of it. Hello.
They're like some of these other countries, like the socialism is so great. It's working so well in Finland and all these other, like, okay, well, if they had a defense budget, maybe that would change. Canada's like, we're doing great up here, eh? I'm like, yeah, because of Daddy USA.
Right. We'll watch the borders for you, dude. We got this. Just go fishing. We're good.
Yeah, Justin Trudeau, go bail your pedophile friends out of jail, okay?
Right, seriously. But that's the thing, right? Is like, you know, this is what brings me back to thinking, if they're this mad about backing out of certain organizations and, like, you know, the World Health Organization, where Trump is like, they're not doing anything for us. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of this. It's a waste of that. Like, this is how much money it's going to be saving us. Done. We're out of it. And the Democrats these politicians in this swamp get so mad. It's because they're losing money in their pockets. So there's something funneling through into their pockets. So the reason why they're freaking out right now during this last 3.5 years, 4 years, is because they're losing money, because they're not getting money anymore. The whole reason why they suppress the gay community, and they're like, no, vote Democrat. Yeah. No, they hate you. Republicans hate you. Okay. And then the gay community is like, here's money. And then they're still sitting there like, well, we're still gay.
But global warming, bro. Global warming. The fires. Now, didn't Trump have like a great response to that? And he's talking about, well, we have poorly managed forests. The ground starts to covered with leaves and dead trees and all these.
He's like, you can't even throw a cigarette.
It's a tinderbox, right? So we need to.
Yeah. Well, and it's not only that. What, you know, and we looked it up last time when we talked about, I think it was with you. That was man-made. That started because of a gender reveal.
Well, yeah, there were gender reveals, but then there's yeah. So it's just like, but so
I mean, and then it stops.
So global warming,
so they're fine.
Just affects the United States and the fires in the United States, and then how can we ever forget about the dreaded cow farts? Oh, Methane Joe over there.
You know, when I first heard about this, I thought it was fake. It's got to be out of a cartoon, but it's real.
Obviously, we're destroying the environment with our farts, Anthony. And I don't care who you are. You're guilty of farting. So you are part of the global warming crisis. You and your butthole.
Right. Which I powdered today.
Why would you powder your butthole?
Real quick. No, I didn't. It was an inside joke. All right, so I pulled up cow farts. I had to, and I got to tell you guys, there's 5 reasons why cow farts is so important. Cows emit, and I just want people to know. So cows emit methane, so that's super important. Cow farts are so nasty they cause acid rain. Acid rain.
Give me the other reasons.
Beef is the SUV of meats when it comes to its carbon footprint. The SUV, Justin, of meats. Why aren't you vegan?
Are we talking about like expedition SUV? Are we talking about like, because they got hybrid SUVs now?
Sure, it's a Hummer.
You would choose Hummer.
Number 4, more cows equals less trees. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's 0 trees.
How does more, think about this logically, right? Okay, how does more cows equal less trees? Because if we're warming the earth with methane and the world is getting hotter and you create a climate that is warmer, you're gonna what? What's gonna happen? Growth. You're gonna have more growth. You're gonna have more plant life.
I can't do it.
You're gonna have longer growing seasons.
Global. And then global meat consumption is increasing rapidly, Justin. That's number 5. These charts are just so, I mean, I'm surprised they had a whole box of crayons for this. This is good. So look it up. It is globalcitizens.org. They will tell you the 5 reasons. We don't have all that time today to go through all the reasons of why cow farts are so detrimental to us, but look it up. I don't know. I'm just saying it's Trump's fault. They've been farting more the last 5 years.
So how long until we have to start wearing filters on our buttholes? To like, they're going to mandate masks and butthole covers.
Covers. Yep. I mean, there's memes, not memes. There's like ads on here that says how farts kill, stop the madness. This is who, but see, this is, these people are not okay, and they're not logical.
I am an anomaly in a sense that I work in a laboratory. All right, I'm a lab scientist, but my so hot. It's like, what's that movie? He's like Han Solo right now, so hot. What is that? What not Zohan. That's it's Blue Steel. Zoolander. He's like,
oh yeah, Blue Steel. Zoolander. Yep.
He's like Han Solo right now. He's so hot right now. but so my 4-year degree is in environmental science, and I'm a conservative Republican. So it's like, I love the environment. But I'm not going to, when I was taking my classes and stuff like that, I never like bowed down, like in any of the comments and stuff where we had to like kind of debate like the environment and stuff like that. Oh, dude, my professor hated me because I was getting such great grades and there was nothing he could do about it. And I never was going to pretend to like just to bow to like what they were trying to force down our throats. I was like coming back at him with everything, and he couldn't really, and I'll give him credit. Like a lot of the professors that I had in that program were pretty respectful. They disagreed with me, but they were respectful. Yeah. And I had a lot of people messaging me saying, man, thank you. Like, thank you for doing that. Thank you for like being sensible, you know, because so many people have to pretend to get a good grade.
Why?
Assimilation.
But that's just
not free thought.
Mean, it goes back Yeah. Yeah. It goes back to what we're dealing with right now. Like, why? Why do you have to conform? It's supposed to be free think. So you can't you're scared to think for yourself. And you're scared to say who you support because everyone's going to group you together. Well, whose fault is that? Who did that?
I need to tan.
They did. You
I'm
did.
so white. I'm looking at my face. I'm like a
You're
geisha.
so
I'm like a geisha right now.
like
It's like
you're attacking so many
I'm not a
groups
racist.
today.
I am
and
not a
then
racist.
The gays.
I'm
Which,
only
no, you're not.
I'm
You're
only
totally not. I don't want anybody to get
only
mad.
on Sundays. Only on
I mean, we've gone after. Listen, we've gone after the gays
But seriously,
today. Soy sauce.
I'm not going
the list
after
goes on and on.
anybody. I just like I find I know you do.
I mean
I find
that
things
in a joking way.
funny. I think more people need to find things
Me
funny and not
too.
lose humor in things, right? Because that's like you had I don't know if did we talk about George Carlin in the last all right, making fun of
In the
everybody
last one we
in the
did,
room.
yeah.
You gotta have that, man. You can't
Yeah.
lose that. And you know what?
They've
Conservative
lost it.
hype house and
And
Republican hype house, you guys don't know what you're missing. You're missing both of us right now. You could have had us. You could have had us.
you know what?
You could have. They
They're
could have had
pretty
us.
clicky.
And it's like they don't
I
want
know.
like
I don't get it.
the ranting of conservative ants rants, okay? And they don't want a funny guy like me. Come on, you gotta have a funny guy.
So who's part of the hype house really? Like it's so they're just like fact people. Like they're just like boom, boom,
But
boom. Is it like those accounts
I
that
don't
like
know.
just talk about facts or?
Isn't like conservative Ricky and Yola T in there? I love them. Aren't they like?
Oh, they might. Yeah, he might be. He might be actually. Well, I thought it was the other one America or whatever it is. I don't know how it works. I know that I'm a member of like the LGBT right house, you know. So they're free to use my videos and post them and all that stuff. So for those who don't know right now what we're talking about, TikTok has created communities or groups. Um, LGBT right house is one of them. Then you have the conservative hype house, Republican hype house. There's even an LGBT hype house.
There's a really
and they're just groups of
amazing one right now, actually.
And I wanted you to.
It's the House of Boom, baby. We got 8 awesome TikTokers in the House of Boom. We got at VRod Phoenix. We got at Conservative Ariel. We got at the Chris Dawson. At Alicia May _May. She changed her name, but you'll find her. We got myself at BoomerJustin. We got Anthony at Conservative Ant. We also have at Washington for Trump. Dude is awesome with the mullet. With the mullet.
Love him. So good. So good.
Who are we forgetting? I think that was everybody, right? I'm not missing anybody. That's everybody. And that's the House of Boom, man. That's the House of Boom.
Yeah. And you'll have to put their handles in this. So for all of you guys that don't know, Boomer is the guy that does all of the editing. So basically what I do is I just sit here and I have my box of things. You might have seen it on the last episode. And I take out my liberal tears. And there's all different kinds of flavors from all over the world. And while he edits, I put the liberal tears in my beard.
I need to get
because it gives me more hype.
Have you noticed the beard's coming through nice, huh? Yeah.
It's nice, dude.
Yeah.
It's looking good. You're all cut up now and you got that beard going. I mean, the LGBT right house might want you now in there too.
The curl, man. Look at that thing.
Oh my! I mean, What is that? What are you using? LA Looks?
In the Razor Ramon.
What is that, Labella? It's like go like this and it snaps.
That's
in
just
half,
straight
like,
up coconut.
to the next.
It's like the Palmer's coconut.
I know
stuff.
we talked about that. You got me walking down the ethnic aisle now, looking
Because
for all kinds of new
we're
stuff.
so racist that's where we're gonna go get our stuff, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. And I talked to somebody today. They said, "Where did you learn the tongue pop?"
Yeah. Yep.
You know how I do the. I grew up most of my girls in school when I was growing up, they were all black girls, and they taught me how to do when they taught, when we were talking, they were like, they did this pop, and I'm like, girl, please show me how to do it. And they're like, oh, we got you, and they taught me, so we can.
I can't do that.
It works when you have a lot of like.
I can't do it. I'm gonna have to work on it. I'm gonna have to really work on it.
Yeah, you are. Somebody told me that it's like
a baseball bat.
My video,
yeah, I love it.
Run.
Dude, you posted a video. You totally. It was the call out, message on the top, and you totally just paid no attention to it whatsoever. Okay, the entire time, and then all of a sudden, it's like you noticed it was there. I was watching the video. I'm like, dude, what's he doing? Like, he's not on the. Like, then it dawned on me. I was really slow to it, but I was like, oh, I see what he's doing. I'm waiting for it. I thought that you were just gonna like do the whole video and like not say anything about it whatsoever, and just let it sit there.
Yeah.
But then you.
And you know what? It's the best to be like condescending and snarky to like a BS comment, like somebody who's like hating on you and whatever. I just think it's the best reaction. I used to go on the attack, and I used to be like, first of all, and then I was like, I mean, there's one of me where I'm just making an espresso. And I'm like, so what I like to do is I like to grab a whole box of espresso and I like throw the box on the counter, not even paying attention to the person's comment. But I have their comment up. So they're getting.
Damn it, Anthony.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. Hey, that's one voice effort. We almost got through the entire show tonight and didn't have any.
I know.
And then it's like you hit it's like God, and it's just like
nothing on my desk can move it. Well, listen, a lot of spice going on.
Oh God. But so I wanted to put a call out, right, to the TikToff conservative. We got to call our subscribers something. We got to come up with something here. I don't just want to call them like the TikToff conservative army. I don't want to do. They got to be like the TikToff something, right? We got to.
Yeah.
It's. You know what?
So
if you have an idea, right, put it in the comments below. What should we call you? Right? Again,
I like that.
Yeah. Let's let them organically choose what we call them, right?
Yeah, and then we'll choose whoever we decide the winner is, and we'll shout you out. I mean, we can even bring them on if you wanted to one day.
And you know what? If we don't like any of them, we'll just pick whatever we want anyway. So
yeah, we'll just do our own thing, and then and then we'll like double up on the cameras, and then we'll be too adjusted into it.
But we have some really exciting stuff coming up. We're going to be having different content creators from TikTok on, for segments of the shows coming up. So we got a lot of cool people on the horizon that are going to be spending some time with the TikTok conservatives. So that's exciting. And
so exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I just can't wait to see, because people have that persona that they, the person that they've created on their channel, and then getting to see them, kind of let loose and find out a little bit about them. It's cool to see that other side of people.
For sure. I mean, you only get that 15-second video or 60-second video of them, and you're like, okay, well, this is how they are, and we are, for the most part, but there's so much more. I mean,
I'm such a sensitive soul.
Hello. Yeah.
I don't like to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't
either.
Yeah, right. Anthony's like, I'll feed off your souls, but
right. Yeah. Mean girl, you can't sit at this table.
Seats taken.
No, actually, I was the one who was like, no, don't do that to them. You can sit with us. Honestly, I was.
Yeah.
I'm nice.
Yeah.
I just don't like the Karens of the world and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And that's why like when people would come at me, I'd just be like, Anthony.
You'll just send me the video and you're like, go do your thing.
I'll be like, I won't even really say, I'll just be like, I'll send it and I'll send like an emoji, like sad face.
Yeah. And I'll be like, oh no.
But sometimes,
oh
sometimes when I respond, and it was fun, like the one guy that I could like smell the booze through the screen, right? They called me Boomer Buff Boy. I was like, you know what? I'll embrace it. I was like, okay, fine, Boomer Buff Boy, thanks. Like
right.
So I might do more of that because I can imagine like you have so much material because all you have to do is just scroll through the comments and you're just like, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and there's so much material in our comments that you can definitely find anything. But, people will send things to me and they'll be like, please, like they'll send me a comment or they'll mention me in a comment. They're like, get them.
Yeah, I've kind of had that too, where they'll want me to see something, they'll want me to like jump in, or and there are some that I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do that. But then there are some where I'm like,
yeah. And here's the reason why I can do that all day long. I don't have the time for it. I mean, so another great creator who does the Nancy Pelosi stuff, we talked about her earlier.
Yeah.
I would love to have her on one day. She would love to jump on.
What's her handle?
I will get you the handle because I want to get you the right handle. But you'll have to put it on here during this situation.
Yep.
She was saying, it's like she made a video and she's like, I love you guys, like I appreciate it, but like if I don't respond to you, it's because the whole reason why we're creating the content for you is for you. Like we are spending the time to create the content, and sometimes the content takes all day. My content today took all day, Justin. Like I posted 6 videos and it took all day. Before I knew it, I was like, oh my God, it's 9 p.m.
Every time I looked at my phone, it was a different video of you that I hadn't liked yet. And I was like, how many is he going to put out today?
There was a lot of material today. I'm sorry. But the point is like, so they want me to, and I love everybody, but they're like, go get them. And they'll post you in a comment. No. Sometimes I might, but here's why too. I know how the algorithm works. I'm not going to comment. Yes, that's our girl.
This is our girl. So this is at the Rachel Maria, who I'm already following, of course, but it's Rachel Maria, and it's right here. Make sure you go. This is the real Nancy. This is the real Nancy.
Amazing content, amazing woman, amazing person. So definitely follow her, and I'm going to have to tell her that we shout her out tonight. But so my point is I know how the algorithm works, so I'm going to have this conversation with this person that I don't care, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to start getting that stuff on my feed. I don't want it.
Yeah,
on my feed. So period.
So our calls to action tonight, right, are 1, to follow all the people that we mentioned, and 2, to make sure you put in the comments below what you guys want to be called. All right. And then 3, because we're going to get big, Anthony. Like this is happening, right? Like we're going places, kid. All right?
For sure.
We're going places, kid. All right.
Hey, get out of here, kid! You bother me.
So we're gonna need a theme song, right? So now I know that we're not gonna take it, Twisted Sister. Awesome song, love it. Unfortunately, when we play that song, if we ever get monetized, all that money's going to Twisted Sister, and we don't want that. We want to make sure that our 50 cents comes to us. Okay.
Gotta put it in my piggy bank.
So yeah, right. So we need somebody to do like a 30, 45 second song for us. And it can
like real like grungy 80s
mash up 80, yeah, right? We're 1984, both of us.
Actually.
Right? Wait a minute.
You're gonna learn something today.
What? No. You're not really 1984?
But I love 1984 anyways, but I'm 85. You're 1 year older than me. But I'm gonna roll with the 1984.
You lied to
me,
not? Anthony.
I just never corrected you. But I'm an 80s baby. I'm 85.
But you let me believe.
You know what it could be? It could be the 1984-85 mashup.
I like that. And you wanted to know what I was holding in my hand. So you have a pen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have a pair of pliers.
That's an interesting thing they have in your hand. Why?
Because I'm a handyman, a man of many trades.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mario.
It's Mario.
It's me, Mario. Does it give you a sense of like?
It does. It does. Oh. It does.
I like it.
Oh,
I think. Oh yeah, no, yes. I'm gonna stick with the pen because it's annoying like me.
It's literally just what I had next to my computer because the port where my cable comes into my computer was a little like loosey goosey. So I was using the pliers as like weight.
Yeah,
on the cable to make sure
he really has like the old TV and he like needs it to turn the stage.
I'm like, like totally using the pliers for like not what pliers are meant for, right?
Right.
But hey, a tool's a tool. You use it for whatever you need it for, right?
That's true.
That's right.
I could have gone somewhere.
I know. I know. You should have said it. You should have said it.
Next time.
Next time. And there will be a next time, unless we get canceled. Do you think?
No, we're not.
Do you think they can cancel us?
I'm sure people already want to.
It's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
Are you feeling lucky? Do you?
Yeah, do you?
Punk.
You're way better. You're way better at all the impressions than I am, for sure.
You could do your Donald Trump.
I could do the New York.
Your Donald Trump.
New York. I got it.
Your Donald Trump was pretty.
Can't have to be in the mood for Donald.
See,
frankly, possibly, could be bigly.
See a lot. I can't even do it now because I was in the Clint Eastwood. It's like a Clint Eastwood, Donald Trump kind of thing right now.
Yeah, it's like a mashup.
You know, it's like, do you feel bigly, punk? Quite frankly, I'm tired of your shit.
Ooh, I like it. I like that.
That's what they tell me.
We're gonna go with that. It's the, what do we call it? There's got to be a name for the mashup.
Oh, so we could call it Donald Eastwood.
There we go.
It's Donald Eastwood, old DE.
Your little TikTok fans are gonna love that voice.
I haven't even busted out. Clint Eastwood.
Oh, just wait. They're gonna be like, oh,
all the housewives.
Boomer.
All these mildly well done accents. They take you far, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
They just have to be just a little good. See, there it is. I've got it.
Oh You've got it.
I just had to say a little, and then it was good, and then it was on like Donkey Kong. So
you got it down. I'm jealous. I have to work on my Donald.
it's all in the facial expressions, because when you squint the eyes a little bit, and then you just kind of the mouth just a touch, and then it just kind of comes from the back, and then it just continues to roll, and then once you're in the mode, you're in the mode.
I'm kind of trying to do it, but
it's not quite nasally, but it's sort of a little.
It is a little. It's quite frankly, it's a little nasally. I don't know. I'm not really that sure.
That's like the Donald Trump like stroke you got going on over there. And strokes are nothing to joke about, but still.
Oh, hey, we joke about everything. So if your feelings get hurt, you can leave.
That's right.
Door.
TikToff. All right, guys. I think so. We're just over an hour. But as usual, man, it's been fun. So
we could do this all night.
Right. So if you're not already, if you're here, you should have already subscribed. But if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit subscribe, and then also that you hit the notification bell, because that's going to let you know when TikToff Conservative episodes air. You want to be the first to watch. You got to be the first to comment. People do that all the time now. They're like
first. Yeah. Some people today, they were like, oh my God, I'm here early. First, I'm like, I posted it 30 seconds ago. So you're not that early.
You're 30 seconds late. You only think you were first, damn it.
Yeah, you're the first one, I swear. You're my favorite one.
And then they don't comment anything else. It's just like they're scrolling down the FYP,
maybe
only looking for like fresh videos to just be like first.
Yeah, I think. Well, you'd have to go on your following side, because there's no way you would get that on.
That's true.
Because by the time it's circulated, it's done. Your last
on the FYTP.
On the FYTP.
That's all I have is like a bunch of indie.
And the FY LGBT.
Did you just make that up, or is that a real thing?
I just made it up.
Dude, you heard it here first.
Yes. The FY LGBT.
It's perfect.
Love it.
Oh, so good. All right. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. We will see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.